Last episode, we reached 1,000 days in our hardcore world. We went to the end, punched a dragon, and we got ourselves some wings. And this episode, you can expect to see me doing a whole lot of flying, because I've really missed having wings. But apart from just flying around, we've got a lot of little unfinished projects around our island, and I want to put in some effort to actually get those cleaned up and done. One of those things being emptying these chests and getting this sorted. But other things we never quite finish and do need to tidy up include, but are not limited to, this chest monster over by the mangrove tree farm, texturing the roof on the back of my starter house. Yeah, I know, don't judge me. The interior of the tavern, a much better storage system for the iron farm, the coastline and the gardens around the back of the tavern, terraforming the entire front side of my island, giving the pink sheep here a home, a logging camp on the roof of the mangrove tree farm, a bridge connecting that farm to everything else, and a windmill, and of course, an entire village transformation. And I think that's pretty much everything I've mentioned that I would do and haven't actually done yet. So yeah, we've got our work cut out for us today. Now, don't get me wrong, we're probably not going to tick all of those things off today, but we're certainly going to be working our way through them. I really do want to get the rest of this island tidied up and looking great. And as I say, we've got lots of interior bits and bobs. In fact, there's other things that I've completely missed as well. The interior of this farm here. I mean, look at this. It's still got a grass floor. So yeah, certainly lots to do. I think the first thing on the list we're going to tackle is going to be the interior of the tavern here, because these storage boxes are overflowing. There's just too much stuff coming off this farm, which is great, of course, but at the same time, it's a pain in the butt to sort out. So I want to put in an auto sorting system, which we're probably going to do down the bottom here. And then up here, we're going to de-sprucify it. There's way too much spruce going on, and we're actually going to try and make some kind of a design where people can actually, you know, sit and make it look pub-like. Don't really know how we're going to achieve that with this massive box in the middle, but we'll do what we can. But first off, we're going to need to sort out down here. So I'm going to empty these chests. We're going to dig out a nice cavern down there where we can put in an automated storage system for all of these lovely, wonderful mob drops we're getting. One hole later, and I think we can start working out where we want to put stuff down here. So, how big did I actually make this hole? And where are we going to have the stairs? Because we do, of course, need to make sure we have a way down here as well. In fact, for now, let's just quickly get some stairs in on this back wall. So what I think I'm going to start doing is laying out where I want some chests to be. We're going to have different sections for the different things that we want to keep, and then we're going to burn any excess, because, of course, we don't need all the arrows, we just need a few. But we definitely want bigger sections for the gunpowder and for the bones. In fact, I think I'm just going to do it as a wall of chests, and we can divide them up as we see fit. But I'm going to need a whole lot more chests than that. Conveniently, we have our mangrove tree farm, and that thing just pumps out the wood. Oh, let me make some space here. But that thing absolutely pumps out the wood, and we've been running it a decent amount because it's our only source of renewable wood at the moment. So I've actually been using mangrove wood to make chests for quite a while. So let's just grab a whole bunch of this. Oh, it feels so nice being able to fly. And now we have a whole bunch more chests. Well, I think that should be more than enough. However, I do also need to make a whole bunch of hoppers. Conveniently, we have an iron farm right here, which is still a mess. And with the hoppers in place, we can now put the sorters in. So let's just put a row of blocks here and a bunch more on the back of those. We need a row of blocks underneath this. Big old row of slabs. Then we'll put a bunch of comparators on the top here and some redstone. You know how these things go. More hoppers looking into the comparators. Bunch of redstone torches underneath. And a bunch of repeaters on the back. But that's where we're running into some problems, because I don't have any more repeaters, and I only got 20 redstone. We're going to need about another 15 or so for the back here, and that means we're going to have to go digging again because, well, we're out of redstone again. So according to this handy charts, the best place to get redstone is going to be as low down as possible. And conveniently down here in our mine, we do actually have a level right at bedrock. So this is the level we've actually been mining out for diamonds so far, but if we go down a level, we have a whole other area and a wall of lava. But yeah, we've done a little bit of digging down here. Last time we were after redstone, so where are we up to? Here? Right, let's see what we can find. I mean, we don't need loads right now, but we definitely need some. And here's our first bit. Excellent. A short amount of mining later, and we've got enough redstone. We've got about a stack and a half, and we were lucky enough, we actually found 21 diamonds as well, which for 10 minutes mining isn't too bad at all. Gotta love that fortune pick. Place the rest of these across the back here. Put some blocks on the back of those. And lastly, we'll get some redstone on top of these. And now, in theory, I should be able to put stuff in here, and it will stay in there until we get over 41. Is that how it works? I think that's how it works. So it's 40, 41, and then the 42nd one should filter through. Perfect. And that'll be in the bottom. Marvellous. So with that done, the next thing we need to do is get things from here over to here so they can actually be sorted out. And to be honest, I'm probably just going to use hoppers. Do I want to use hoppers? I suppose with the rate the items come out, hoppers are going to be able to keep up just fine. So yeah, we're going to need a bunch more of these, aren't we? But we'll use what we've got first. And we need to rotate all of these around as well because these are all facing the wrong way now. And then we just need to connect all of these up so everything feeds into that hopper over there. So there's a whole lot of hoppers around here, and that's generally bad for world lag and things like that. But if we put composters on top, then that'll actually help to reduce the lag. Apparently, I have absolutely no idea why. But we don't need to know why, we just need to know that it works. And that is all of my hoppers covered up. So with that sorted, the next thing to do is to sort out some filters around the back here. So let's just chuck down an anvil. That has something in it for some reason. Oh, a hopper, of course. Rename these sticks to filter. And then we're just going to put 5 in every single one for now so that nothing will fall in. And I think at the end here, what we'll do is, because of witch drops, they're not going to be very common, mainly because we've actually got fire, flamey bits at the bottom there, and they just drink a potion and chill there for a while. But we'll just have a general collection bit at the end here anyway, and I guess that'll also deal with any overflow we might get. So with that done, now we need to decorate the room. Just like that, the room is finished. As you can see, I've been extremely creative with this. I've made the basement of the pub look like a basement of a pub. Well, not even a pub basement, really. It's just the basement, isn't it? But it does the job. We've got everything being sorted out into these boxes here. I've also moved the stuff down from upstairs. Speaking of which, that's our next task. Because we need to make this area here actually look like more of a pub. And I don't really know how we're going to do that. I think the first thing I'm going to do is move this down. I believe, if we have a little look, we should have plenty of space down there now, so we can actually open up some space here. But I really want to open out this because this is just a monstrosity in the center of the room, and I don't know how best to do that. I mean, we could just use more glass and put in more glass walls, but I don't really think that's going to solve our problem. However, we could maybe use a combination of sort of trapdoors and like tables attached to the side of it maybe, and save a bit of space. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to have a little play around in this area, and I'm also going to sort out the iron farm through here. We just want to put some better storage in here. We'll probably end up rotating this around that way so we can actually get lots of storage in, because as you can see, I have been condensing the iron down into blocks, and it still fills up very, very quickly. Not so much the bone mill. So I guess we'll get started in here, and the very first thing I want to do is actually just to move this. This needs to go. So we've moved that below floor level, and I guess what I want to do now is figure out what we're actually going to do with the rest of this interior. We've got a little bit of space to work with, not much though. So I think I'm just going to crack on, and I'll bring you back in once we've made some progress. I've lowered the floor by a block to make it feel taller, I've replaced the centre here with glass, and I've just made a start on the decoration. But now we need to make the rest of this look like a pub. We're making some good progress on the interior, but I've ran out of bits and things that I need. And you may notice for a pub, it's missing cups. And I just have absolutely no clay. So I need to go get myself some clay. I need to make myself some clay pots, and they are going to represent mugs. But we can also do with a few other small bits of detail here and there. Maybe a little entrance carpet here at this side entrance. And of course, I still need to sort out the iron farm as well. But although not perfect, it's certainly looking better. Job done. Now onto the iron farm. And there we go. That should do the trick. We've got many more chests for the iron, and we're sorting out the bone meal into this separate chest down here, and we've got lots and lots of storage here for all the iron blocks. So with that room done as well, I think we're just about done with the tavern, at least on the interior. So with the interior done, our next task is, of course, the exterior, and the first part of that is going to be to remove this big square chunk off the back, because this was here from when we were originally going to turn this into a big fort area, and this was going to be a big tower and so on, but we just don't need it now, and it's kind of in the way, and I'd like to smooth this off, I think. It's time to get digging. Well, that's already looking much better. We've just extended the wall down, cut off this chunk at the back, and we've given it some texture, but we've still got a lot more to do. I need to sort out the walls at the top here. We need to get the garden in, which is probably just going to be a few trees and stuff. And we need to extend that all the way around. We're probably going to have mostly a path actually going around this way here and connecting up to the front of the pub, or tavern, I should say. I should start calling it a tavern. That is what it is after all. And I may even get some basalt as well and put a little bit across the coastline here. And then I suppose we need to tidy up this back bit here as well, and oh my days, there's just so much to do. Let's keep going. And I think with that, we're just about done round the back of the tavern as well. I've kept it quite simple. I didn't want to overdo it round the back here. I just didn't want to leave it how it was. So we've just got a few sort of overflow bits of storage and junk, and we've got a very basic path. And I've just planted a few azalea trees, to be honest. I've also sorted out that weird little sticky outy banky bit we had down the bottom there. I pretty much just spammed the whole thing with bone meal and a little bit of moss, and that certainly looks a lot better. Everything's tying in much better around this side. And that means we can move on to our next thing that we're going to do. And it's probably not going to be something around the base, and it's probably not going to be something that was on our list. Mainly because I haven't done anywhere near enough flying around, and to be honest, I would really like to explore a little bit further. We have done some exploring on our boat around the general area, maybe 1,000 or so blocks out, but I want to go a little bit further. I want to see what's around here, and there's probably some biomes we haven't found yet, and one thing I really want to find is some dripstone, which means I want to find a great big dripstone cave entrance, because that's one thing we just haven't come across yet. So I guess I'm going to empty my inventory, and then we're going to take to the skies, and I should probably actually mend my elytra first as well. They're a little bit damaged. We've got a whole bunch of rockets. Everything's healed up nicely. We've even got some extra bits in our ender chest, so we should have everything we need. And we've also got a list of things that we're going to be looking for while we're out and about. Some things we just need to stock up on, and others we haven't even found yet. So cue the awesome music. Let's go flying. Not that music, Beardy. Put something better on, jeez. Finally found some dripstone. This has taken absolutely forever, but we're going to grab a bunch of it. We mainly want the spiky bits so we can make more, but we'll grab some of the blocks as well while we're here. But at least that's one thing ticked off our list. Yay, panda. Oh, there's a turtle. And there's a baby one too. Look at that. Oh my god. And here we go, we finally found some ice as well. We need a whole bunch of this. Oh, and there's a cute polar bear. And a little baby polar bear as well. Amazing. So let's just grab a bunch of this, shall we? Oh, there's a fox. How cute are they? Oh, he's looking at me. Hey, buddy. But we've made it back. We managed to tick most things off of our list, but the one thing we're still missing is sunflowers, which, considering the distance we covered, is actually quite surprising. I thought that would be one of the easy things to find. And we got some new decorations too, but we don't need to talk about those. But the good thing is we managed to get a whole bunch of flying in, and that certainly makes me feel better. So we had an absolute buttload of things on our list today, and we've achieved not many of them, really. We managed to clear out the boxes that were up here, and we've done lots and lots of stuff in the tavern. But sadly, we're just about out of time for today, so we're going to have to carry on with that list in the next episode. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.